Good morning and welcome to Unity Church for Creative Living in St. John's, Florida. My name is Reverend Yvonne McAndrew, and it is always my honor and privilege to serve as your senior minister. I wanted to let you know that I am not with you in person today, but I will be back with you soon, and I am with you in spirit. I invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy the guest speaker that we have for you today and the gifts that are here for you today. Know that you are loved and you are appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.
Thank you guys for being here with us today. And if you are watching this recording from the St. Johns County area, come on in. The water feels fine. The music is jamming. The speakers are incredible. The energy is electric. I promise you, you'll have a good time. So come see us. Come see us. Now, let's affirm our affirmation for the year together. We align with our bliss in 2026 and beyond. Yes, we do. All right, so let's take all this alignment into prayer. Father, Mother, God, thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this wonderful place we call Unity. We are a community filled with love, dedicated to uplifting each other and to remembering the truth. We all are one. We are stronger together. We are happier together. Connected, there is nothing that one heart can't do for another. So in this space, I give thanks for you. I give thanks for my fellow congregants. I give thanks for the message, the music, the joy, the camaraderie, the community, for all things that are unity. And as we stand here in this Independence Day weekend, remembering that, yes, we are independent, but we are stronger together. There is no place that love can't go. There is no place that love can't touch, that our hearts can't meld together. In this interconnectedness, we are whole and we are strong. For these blessings and so much more, I say thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Ed Boardman. Is there anything that Ed does not do? Okay, Ed Boardman is our speaker today. Ed has been an active member of UCCL for the past 26 years. He has taught a variety of classes, served in our youth and family ministry, acted as an administrator during our 2-year search for our spiritual leader, and currently serves as the board of trustees. He is our handyman. He runs our men's group. He co-facilitates a Course in Miracles study group, and also does what I do, serves as the platform assistant. Since his retirement in 2008, after a 35-year career with Pitney Bowes, he has embarked on a journey to understand and experience the interconnectivity of all life. Ed designed and manages our Unity Community Garden, an ecological food forest open to all of us. It was developed using permaculture design techniques. He has facilitated classes in reconnecting with nature. He teaches permaculture design to adults and youth, speaks to groups, and installs gardens. Through the application of Unity principles and teachings, Ed continues to grow and expand his understanding of God, himself, and his purpose. So I ask again, is there anything that Ed does not do? You guys thought I was joking. His lesson title is It's Only a Feeling, a look at the language of life, based on Marshall Rosenberg's best-selling novel, Nonviolent Communication. More to come, so stay tuned. Today is a great day for a great day. Namaste. Namaste means the divinity in me honors and greets the divinity in all of you. So please turn to your neighbor and say, Namaste.
All right, let's stand up again. This time we're going to choose heaven today. Put your hands together, y'all. It's a really easy melody, so join in after you hear us sing it. And we're going to just switch out the words. Try it. Here we go. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. You think you got it? Let's sing it together. I'm choosing heaven. Come on. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I think you got it. Let's choose love this time. Let's choose love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing love today. Let's choose love. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing love today. Let's choose grace. Choose grace. I'm choosing grace today. I'm choosing grace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing grace today. Let's choose abundance. I choose abundance today. I choose abundance today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I choose abundance today. What else can we choose? How about we choose joy? Choose joy. I'm choosing joy today. Let's choose joy. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. Before we get back to heaven, let's make sure we choose peace. Let's choose peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing peace today. I don't know about you, but I can't get enough peace. Let's get some more peace, y'all. Come on. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing peace today. All right, let's bring it home. Let's take it to heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm walking the road. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. One more. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
Impressive. Good morning. I love this place. You know, every time I come up here to talk, I have a plan. You know what I'm talking about, Reverend. Marlene knows exactly what I'm saying. I had planned to start my talk today by saying that I had my own Declaration of Independence. I don't have a joke, and Kelly always wants me to tell a personal story, so I said, I'm not going to tell a personal story. I'm declaring my independence. But you know, it never works out that way. I got a story I got to tell you. Have you ever used ChatGPT? I thought it was my friend. So I had a really busy week. A lot of challenges were going on, not only physically, but mentally and in the community. And so I said, you know, I think I'll use ChatGPT to help me write my talk. Good idea, huh? And so I started. It was on last Sunday, I think I started. I said, wow, this is great. I'm just going to tell them what I want. I wrote it in. I read it. And I went, hey, that's not bad, but I'd like to add this to it. So I added that. Read it again. And I went, it sounds a little cold. Let's warm it up. So I tried it again. I went through that process for about 20 times, I think. I was really impressed that it kept giving me more. I was also very impressed that it fed my ego each and every time that I put something. What a great suggestion. And then I would read what it put, and I went, that's not even close to what I wanted to say. So yesterday, I sat down and I said, okay, it's time to finish this up. So I did my ChatGPT, and I printed out 20-some pages of, it's not like as bad as it sounds. It's only like, it's like a poem, but, and I read it around 5:30 last night, right before some friends were supposed to come over, and I went, I have no idea what this says. Spirit loves to play with me when I say yes to a talk. Who knows what we're going to talk about today? I think I know. And Art says, you'll do well, Ed, don't worry about it. So, what I would like to say is, number one, I feel so blessed to be part of this community. You have taught me so much about myself, about yourselves, about our world, and about who we really are. I mean, granted, it took me 25 years or 26 years to get to this place, but I have met some amazing teachers in this path. And I have, like we said in our declaration of our tribe, this is truly, I feel, my tribe. I have felt supported. I have, it's become part of who I am. So I thank all of you. I wasn't expecting an applause at that. It's just I'm stubborn. That's all it comes down to. But today, I would like to pay tribute to 56 brave men who 250 years ago yesterday stood and defied a crown and developed a document that was radical, and radical by all means at the time, and proposed some pretty crazy ideas at the time. One of which said that we are endowed by our Creator certain inalienable rights. Everybody before that thought those rights were given to us by the kings, the monarchs, the leaders. But this document said we are endowed by our creators of certain inalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, in the pursuit of happiness. I think we've done pretty good, although it's been a really rocky road. When we think of the wars, the continuous wars almost, we think of the conflicts within our own country. That idea of the pursuit of peace sometimes seems pretty elusive. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today, is that whole idea of peace. Where's it come from? What really makes us happy? Anybody know? Anybody want to take a guess? What was that? Chocolate. There you go. That's the secret to peace. You know, it's amazing when we look at what makes us happy, though. It's really not the things that we accumulate in life. I was happy about that big screen TV Kelly talked me into buying. For a little while now, it's just a TV, right? I was really happy when Kelly showed me our retirement portfolio and went, whew, wow, Kelly did a nice job here. Was I happy? I was glad that I could have a next meal and didn't have to go out on the streets, yeah. But, you know, it really didn't bring me happiness. And what I've found over the years is what really brings us happiness. What's the core, I think, of every person that's alive on this earth? It's our relationships that we have with each other. Relationships is what brings us that joy. It feeds us. It nourishes us. And it affirms that we're worthy. It affirms that we're important. It affirms that we're connected. I was reading an interesting article, and it said, people without close relationships, the physical effect on our body is like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. We know that when we're in close relationships, we're happier, we're more content, we're healthier, we live longer. Not just seems like we're living longer, we live longer. Enjoy. But it's also interesting when we look at it and we see that where does a lot of the violence come from? It comes when we perpetuate violence on each other. The people we care about the most, we see some of the most violence. Marshall Rosenberg saw that same thing and made him wonder. He said, what is it within us that promotes such an ability to harm others? And at the same time, what is it within us that allows us to show such compassion to each other? And Marshall Rosenberg suggested that the source may have started around 8,000 years ago or so, when we learned a language of domination, a language of survival. We all know that we have a language of English or Spanish or French or one of the other 7,000 languages that exist on this planet. But there's another language that most of us have learned subliminally. A language that says there's a winner and there's a loser. A language that says you're right, I'm wrong, or I'm right, you're wrong. A language that says you are to be rewarded and you are to be punished. Whether we look to our families, whether we look to politics, or whether we look to religion, that language is pervasive in our lives. Everybody agree? It's a language of separation. It's a belief that we are separate, that we're alone, that we're out there, and we need to take care of ourselves. We need to make sure that we're safe. We need to make sure that we are protected. Marshall Rosenberg says, we can either choose walls or we can choose windows. It's up to us which we want to choose. But if we want true happiness, we need to foster stronger relationships. And we need an awareness of who we are. We need to know what we're feeling. And we need a language that'll help us connect to each other. Marshall Rosenberg, I always thought it was kind of funny whenever I look at a video of him. He usually has 2 sock puppets that he holds up. One's a jackal. And that jackal represents that ancient language that we've learned. And he called that way of speaking the jackal because of the nature of the jackal. It's not who we are, it's how we present ourselves. A jackal is a scavenger. He's reactive. He's survival driven. He's always on alert for threats. And he's always quick to bite and defend. Kind of sounds how we are sometimes, huh? Marshall Rosenberg hold that up. That's the language of domination. That's the language of violence. That's the language of separation. And then on his other hand, he has a sock puppet of a giraffe. So that's a pretty strange animal to pick. But I found out that the giraffe has one of the largest hearts of any animal alive. It also has a long neck, so it can look above the fray, can look above the nonsense. I can't find what else he is, so bear with me for a second. The giraffe looks at life in a different way. Not denial, not suppression, but curiosity. I wonder if they're in a hurry when they get cut off. I hope they're okay. When we're in traffic, I certainly would appreciate a turn signal, huh? It turns blame into curiosity, separation into connection, and it does something remarkable. It opens our hearts. And I truly believe that if we want a closer connection, a deeper relationships and happiness, more satisfying life, we need to learn a new language. And I believe that I found what works for me when I was first introduced to nonviolent communication about 15 years ago. When a good friend of mine walked up to me, threw this book in my face, and said, "Here, you need to teach this." Well, what are you talking about? I didn't even know what it was. So, like most things, when people give me a book, I read yours, Jim, but like when most people give me a book, I put it on my stand and I said, I'll look at it later. And then I remember one trying day I came home from work and I was totally frustrated. I had a boss that I just didn't understand, and I lashed out quite a bit at the time. I was always right, you know. And so I decided to pick up that book and start reading it. And all I can say is it was transformative. Because what I found in there was a language of life. It was a language that identifies who we really are. It was a language that showed me how I could replace the old language of domination with one of connection and peace. Sounds like a big thing, doesn't it? And really, it's a simple process. Simple process. But it's very hard to do, especially when you're in the throes of our ego. We talked a lot about that in our class this morning in Course in Miracles. But it starts with a very simple step. Observation without judgment. Now, the observation's the easy part. The without judgment is the hard part. Because it requires us to take a step back. To take a step back from being in the middle of the energy that's surrounding us. And to observe what's really happening. Observe what I like to call our inner landscape. When you called me stupid, what was going on? What happened within me? Because that's what happens in the second step. Is every time we feel judged, whether it's positively or negatively, it initiates a feeling within us. Feelings are not something we want to hide. See, feelings are signals that our body gives you that says, my needs are being met or my needs aren't being met. He identified, and Kelly knows more than I do, but I can't remember how many feelings. We as humans have something like 150 different feelings that flow through us all the time. And every time we get a feeling, it initiates a chemical reaction in our bodies that starts us on a whole different path. It either makes us withdraw or opens our hearts up. And each one of those feelings is associated with a need that's either being met or a need that's not being met. And if we truly love someone, and we truly want to care, and we truly want to expand our relationships, aren't we usually willing to help that other person get their needs met? Right? You can say yes. It's okay. Or you can say no, you don't agree with me. And then I'm going to start a question and answer session. So Marcia Rosenberg said the process of learning this new language and being able to connect, instead of reacting with, you made me mad, you made me angry, you are responsible for why I feel the way I do, we take a different approach. We observe the situation. I can see Kelly's very anxious today. And how do I feel? Nervous. But I know that Kelly must have a need there because she's not who she usually is. So then it's my job to try to understand what need she has. And so I usually guess. And I get it wrong about 90% of the time. But that's okay. It's all about, because we've opened, instead of me reacting to seeing her when she's anxious, she's going to kind of lash out at me sometimes. You're not doing enough around here, Ed. Why are you sitting in your chair while I'm running around the house all day? And I don't have a really good answer for that. But it opens up a communication between the two of us. It opens a line of communication. It says, hey, I really care about your feelings. And it allows her then to tell me what need she has so that I can help meet it. Hey, I need you to get your lazy butt out of the chair and clean up the kitchen. Okay, I can do that. And that's the other ingredient in this process. It's listening, truly listening to what each other has to say. Listening and caring, because if we care for somebody, we're going to do whatever we can to help them. I mean, because we talked about this morning in our Course in Miracles class, the greatest gift that we have is giving to someone else. And the hardest thing that I think most of us have to do is accepting that gift. We're not worthy of that. I don't deserve it. I feel guilty because I got too much from you and you got too little back from me. So it's a shift. It's a shift in the way we treat each other. It's a shift in the way that we look at ourselves. We know in unity we say we're connected, we're one. Course in Miracles says we have the ego and we have God. We have love and we have fear. Which way do we want to choose to go? So this process, again, is when I have a need, when I have a feeling, I observe what's going on within me. Number one, observe. Don't judge. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling supported. I'm feeling one of the other many feelings that we have. And then you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Knowing, and you can't blame the other person. That's the hardest part. And you go, well, because I don't feel supported. So it's identifying the need. And it's expressing that need to the other person. I don't feel supported, Ed. I really need you to help me clean the kitchen. Because that kind of the fourth piece is asking for what you need. And it's amazing, truly amazing, how it transforms us. It transforms the whole dynamic. Kelly and I started doing this, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And now, even today, we're sitting there and we're both kind of fuming a little bit. But what we do is we go to our refrigerator and pull out our feelings and needs sheets and sit them down in the thing and say, okay, what am I feeling here? Okay, boom. What need do I have? Look at that one, bump. And it brings us to an area that we say, okay, now I know what I can do. It gives us a solution to connect. It gives us a pathway that opens us up. And it allows conversation. It was like we were talking again in our class this morning. It's like, one of the things that most of us do is when we talk politics and we hear somebody that says something that's totally off the wall in our mind, what do we normally do? We either go, what are you, nuts? Or we just shut down. But as I said in class, but we have a different way to approach that. We can look through the veil of an enemy and we can say, that's an interesting idea. It's an interesting perspective. Tell me more. Why do you feel that way? And all of a sudden, we've taken a conflict and kind of turned it into a conversation. And when we open our hearts, when we open our minds, it's amazing where we can go. So today, I'd like to propose, and I was really happy to see the Daily Word today. I had no idea what it said. But I'd like to propose a new declaration, a declaration of interdependence, a declaration that says each and every one of us is important. Each and every one of us is an expression of the divine. All life is sacred. All life is important. All people are important. I need you as much as you need me. And together, we can perform miracles. Together, with open hearts and open minds, we can transform this world. Amen. If this is something you want to explore a little further, I have an idea. Sign up for the class. I'm not saying, I think last week we were laughing about it, but somebody, I think it was Faye answered, I think I need to hear that again. And I said, I need to hear it again. That's why I'm teaching it. And each time, this is, I think, the fourth time I'm going to, I don't want to say teach. I like to say facilitate this class, because each time I learn more than I think I give. But we're going to start a class here on Wednesday. I think it's 6:30. 5-week class. Give what you can. Don't give anything. Give twice as much as you think you should give. It's up to you. That's not the important thing. The important thing is that we spend some time to get to know each other. Get to open our hearts to each other. Become vulnerable to each other. And find out we're one. Namaste, guys. That wasn't too bad, Spirit. Thanks. Let's take a few minutes and kind of reflect. So just take a minute and relax in your chair and close your eyes. Become comfortable. And breathe in the breath of life. And as you sink deeper into that spot, ask yourself this question. What's alive in me today? What's alive in me today? Explore that idea. Am I feeling loved? Am I feeling accepted? Am I feeling lonely? Am I feeling hurt? Give it all to God. Breathe in that knowledge that you are important. Breathe in that knowledge that you are love incarnate. Breathe in that knowledge that there is no separation. It's all an illusion. And as you do so, let your heart swell. Let the love flow. And as you open your heart, your love will flow freer. Let it flow from you and let it touch your neighbor. Let it flow over the grounds that we are living on. Let the love flow to nature in all of its forms. You are light. You are love. You are powerful. So sit with that idea. Sit with that notion that I am alive, I am love, I am floating in a sea of infinite abundance. There is no separation between me and you, between me and the divine. I am not only a drop of water in the ocean, but I am an ocean in the drop of water. And hold that in our minds as we go into silence. And as we return, let us wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers, and lift our hearts in gratitude for this life that we've been given, for this journey that we're on, for the challenges that we have, for the teachers that we really hate to see. We are blessed. Thank you, God. Amen.
As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God. As I center in love, I align with God, with God, with God, with God, with God.
Thank you to the vocals. Thank you to the drumsticks. Thank you to the harmonica. Thank you to the Creative Living Band. Do it. Wow. Ed, I want to tell you from the deepest part of my heart that you need to clean the kitchen. Kelly, from all parts of my heart, Ed, okay? And I also want to thank you for opening my eyes and my heart to recognizing that communication is huge and we get lost because we don't communicate well. And that is a skill, to say the least. So, a lot to be said for nonviolent communication and learning how to communicate with our loved ones, communicate with strangers, communicate with our community, to really see everybody in this world and know that how we feel matters, right? To give and to receive. So after you finish cleaning the kitchen, I thank you for that beautiful message. Spirit really spoke. Ed, I'm gonna pray about that. I'm gonna see what Spirit tells me, and then I'll communicate back to you. Unity is an inspiring, inclusive, spiritual community. We offer practical, uplifting services, classes, and resources to help people of all faiths apply positive spiritual principles to our daily lives. Now is the time in our service where we get to bless the ministry that has spiritually fed us. Our spiritual community is supported by tax-deductible contributions from all of us. We are so grateful for your generous support. There are many ways that you can give. You can scan the QR code on the back of the chair in front of you. You can visit us at unityandjax.com or our Facebook page, or you can slip, cash, check, and maybe even see Helen to use a credit card as the baskets come around. We are eternally blessed by you. Thank you. So I invite you to take your offering to heart and affirm our offertory blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am richly blessed. Thank you, God. All right, mark your calendars. The Women of Unity will meet here on Tuesday, July 21st at 6:30 p.m., and we will be doing the mid-year Course Correct Burning Bowl ceremony. The UCCL Men's Group will meet at Ed Boardman's home on Tuesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Plan to stop by on Saturday, July 11th for the JCP Community Market between 11 and 3 p.m. to check out all the vendors and the food trucks. You can sign up in the lobby to be of sacred service by manning or womaning, just saying, the Unity booth at the market. Ed and Kelly Boardman will be teaching our next 5-week class, Nonviolent Communication. It begins this Wednesday, July 8th at 6:30 p.m. We will explore powerful spiritual practices for creating deeper connections, understanding, and peace in our relationships. This class is offered on a value received love offering basis. Please let us know if you plan to attend by signing up in the lobby. And as always, you are invited to our ongoing A Course in Miracles study group that meets here on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Now, I would like you all to stand as we say the prayer for protection as an I am statement. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. And together, Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yay, God.
This little light, gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, Lord, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 oh, let it shine.
Thank you for joining us here at Unity Church for Creative Living in St. John's, Florida. Shine your light.